Welcome back, everyone! In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Infinity War gave us Gamora's origin story. While adult Gamora wore fairly simple twists or just loose curls, baby Gamora had a more fully braided pigtail and bun look, so that is what today's tutorial will be about. To start, split your hair down the middle. Then comb each half of hair into very high pigtails. Secure these in place with large hair ties. As you're doing this, make sure to leave out some wisps of hair around your forehead, like Gamora has. Make sure the pigtails are positioned evenly with each other, and you're ready to braid. Now, these braids will need a lot of volume in order to get screen accuracy. There are a few options for adding extra volume if your hair is too thin, and I'll go over all of those. The first is to use a hair crimper to texturize the hair. When little bumps are pressed into the hair like this, individual strands don't lay as flat against each other, so all your hair looks much larger and thicker without actually having any extra hair weight. If you go with this option, make sure to prep the hair with heat protectant first, and then crimp inch-wide sections of hair at a time. You can see here how much thicker my first pigtail got compared to the pigtail that isn't crimped yet. Alternatively, there's the hair extension option. You can get loose extensions, which are easy to just wrap around the pigtail, pin in place a couple times, and then incorporate into a braid. There also are the clip-in sort of extensions, which for this style you would clip to your hair right in front of the pigtail. You can see the seam of the clip right now, but that will be covered by the braid rosette we'll make in just a little bit. Alright, so whichever method you choose to get thicker hair, if you need thicker hair at all, before you begin braiding you need to ensure that about a third of each ponytail is held out of the way for now, or that you have 2 bundles of extensions set aside for later. With the rest of the hair in each pigtail, split it into 2 halves and rope braid to the ends. Try to make this rope braid rather tight, as we'll be pulling it apart next, and that always loosens the braid some. If you don't know how to rope braid, I've linked to my intro rope braiding video on the screen here. As you move down the braid, start fluffing it out to make it appear even thicker and softly disheveled looking. Pinch very small bits of hair from the strands in the braid and pull these out of the braid a little bit. Try to only pinch hair from the outside of the braid and don't disrupt what feels like the core of the inside of the braid. If you pull out sections of hair that are too big, the braid will break down and sag a bit. Braid and fluff the entire length of the hair. When you get to the ends, tie off each braid with a small elastic. Now we make the braid rosettes. If you saved some of your pigtails, you'll now make 2 more rope braids with each of these sections. If you didn't, now is the time to grab the 2 bundles of hair extensions that you set aside and make rope braids in these extensions instead. Also tie the ends of these braids with a small elastic each. Now, starting at the ends of these rope braids, begin coiling up the braid in a spiral formation. Don't drop the ends of the braids while doing this, or it'll all come apart. If that's hard to do, try inserting a bobby pin through the first few wraps you do to hold the beginning of the rosette together. When the rosette is completely coiled up, pin it to your head right in front of the pigtail. If you used clip-in extensions in the pigtails, make sure this rosette is hiding the clips adequately. As you're pinning this in place, make sure the center of the rosette is hooked in at least 1 bobby pin, or else it will pop out and the rosette will partially unravel. When the first rosette is in place, coil up and pin the second small rope braid in front of your other ponytail to match. And there you have young Gamora's Infinity War braids. Try it out and tell me how it goes. And if you liked this video, you can check out many more fantasy and sci-fi hairstyles on my channel Silvousplaits, or my Instagram Silvousplaits hairstyling. Thanks for dropping by, and see you again next time.